Very well written. Bulldog, Boris. 5637. Hello, Mr. Kuna. Great stream, as usual. Now I have a question. I know very confidently that a mass awakening of people can occur because joining this community, the white positive sphere, has convinced me of that. This is a sphere of hope amidst a sea of spheres, many of which suffer from demoralization. And I would like to know more on the following. Now, what do you think of the idea that typical vagues out there in the world going about their lives in the way that vagues do would be too lazy or too comfort-oriented or simply apathetic to hearing about the truth of the situation that we live in? I understand that some of them may not be all too concerned about the long term, and I would much like for us to reach as many people as possible. I also have another question. What precisely is doom documenting and doom dissecting? I've been curious on those two, and I want to understand them better. Anyways, thank you for working for White Wellbeing and Promethean Hails. Well, a big Promethean Hails to you, and thank you for those questions. I'm going to try to give some a little bit shorter answers, folks, so that we can get to wrapping this up in about 45 more minutes. And that is that doom documenting is when you just talk about the things that are bad that the anti-whites are doing to us. And that's so many of the other content creators do that. Doom dissecting, like, so they say, here's what they did today to us. Doom dissecting is when you say, here are the people behind it. Here is its lineage. Here's how it stems from 17th century, this place, and here's how, and all of that sort of business. Those are all, they have their place, but you know, once you've had enough of that, or maybe while you're still getting used to it to the point where you've had enough, you can be going free the entire time and actually making a positive change in the world and yourself, etc. Now, when it comes to the average vague, more and more, and that's, I guess that's redundant, the vagues, more and more of them are coming to us. And you need to talk about these things, and this is about perception. So the anti-whites would like to keep our brothers and sisters out there, the vagues, under the illusion of the perception that everything is okay all the way up to the point where there's nothing you can do to save the situation. You have to do the opposite. You have to give them the perception of how bad it actually is in the world and talk about things that are directly harming them or will harm them, will harm those they care about. And remember, if you come across somebody who's no good, they're rotten, they're not going to listen, we'll say thank you and move on to someone who can. We have millions out there who can hear the message, and we need not spend an extra second on somebody who is too selfish or too lame or too dumb or too evil or whatever to do what's right.